Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, Nazreen, this is Farooq Mirza, your host from Washington Global Forum, Fourth Pillar TV USA from Washington, D.C. I welcome my guest from Pakistan, Major Retired Hashim Ali, uh, and from uh, New York, Professor Dr. Golam Mujtaba. Uh, Major Hashim, he's a defense analyst and he's a debater, orator, and also a community activist. In the same way, Professor Dr. Ghulam Mujtaba Saab, he is a foreign relation expert and he's a community activist at the same time, a very loud voice building uh, Pakistan and American relationship. Thank you very much, folks. Today we have a very important topic. Uh, our first segment would be on a recent attack and there's growing violence on Afghanistan-Pakistan border. And there was an attack from Afghanistan to to the territory of Pakistan, and that raised a very serious concern to the regional peace and security. At the same time, we learned that the Afghani troops they were uh, trying to dismantle a recently erected fence by the armed forces, uh, and they cut most of the portion, and they started building their post. So the Pakistan army tried to stop them, and they retaliated and they attacked on civilian population. I think it's a visible aggression and is an act of war. But Pakistan also retaliated. We don't know what kind of damage was done, but also Pakistan responded on a foreign diplomatic level and sent uh, the state foreign minister. And after that, we also heard that uh, there was an apology that was accepted, and now they also opened a portion of the border. Uh, Dr. Saab, I will come to you. Uh, the Still the legitimacy is not defined. It is an occupied uh, these entity on the Kabul, so they are not accepted by the rest of the world. Pakistan being a Muslim country, trying to help them out. There is a hunger, poverty, frustration, and the infrastructure is not there. And in this extreme conditions, even they don't have money and they don't have a decent livelihood. So now uh, another um, this the depression, another this growing violence on the border. What's going on? Do you think they are doing themselves, or they are just frustrated, or some other anti-Pakistan elements involved, or neighboring country involved? They are trying to sabotage peace in the region. Doctor, up to you.
Thank you very much, Mirza Saab. It is again a pleasure to be part of your program. Uh, Although you have put the first segment on Afghanistan-Pakistan issue, before putting the economic segment, I wish we would have taken up the issue of economy first, because this is one of the fallbacks of economic conditions, what is happening in the borders between Pakistan and Afghanistan. However, since you have raised this question, let me begin my discussion and open your discussion with one of the videotapes, a recording of the session of the National Assembly of Pakistan on this skirmishes that took place at the border. And this is what it is.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. حکومت کتنا سیریس ہے जिस तरह अफगानिस्तान की तरफ से पाकिस्तान पर एक हमला किया गया, वहां के कुछ अनासर ने ये किया, तालिबान इसमें शामिल नहीं। हम नहीं समझते कि वो इस तरह की हमाकत कर सकते हैं या पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट कोई भी एक्शन ले सकते हैं। लेकिन पाकिस्तान की असेंबली में जब इस चीज को एक मौलाना साहब ने अच्छे अंदाज में करने को कहा, तो कैसे मरियम औरंगजेब साहिबा भड़क उठी। और इस पर मौलाना चित्राली साहब को हमारा सलाम है, जिन्होंने तहस नहस करके रख दिया इन सबको और अपनी राय भी वहां पर कायम रखी और इन सबको बेगैरत भी कह डाला। अब जरा देख लीजिए और थम्स अप करना ना भूलिएगा। मरियम औरंगजेब की शक्ल आपने लाजमी देखनी है कि किस कदर नहुसत छा रही थी जब इसकी बेइज्जती हो रही थी।
क्या असरात छोड़ के आ गई? यही असरात छोड़ के आ गई कि कल हमारे 6 बंदे शहीद हो गए चमन बॉर्डर पर। यही असरात नहीं। मैं डरता नहीं हूँ किसी से, मैं किसी से डरता नहीं हूँ। मैं एक अल्लाह के अलावा किसी से नहीं डरता। पूरी दुनिया मेरे खिलाफ हो जाए, मैं डरता नहीं हूँ। बात तुम क्या चीज हो? वाइंड अप करें चित्राली साहब। मैं बात करूंगा। मैं इंसान हूँ, मैं अपने बाप का बेटा हूँ, अपने बाप का बेटा हूँ। मैं अपने बाप का बेटा हूँ।
So this was the speech, heated debate in the National Assembly of Pakistan after the incident took place, and the man was Maulana Akbar Chitrali. He is member of the National Assembly on JUI ticket of Maulana Fazlur Rahman, which is a party in coalition with the current government. So this is the voice of the members of the National Assembly from the current government. Now, after listening to this, let us come to the analysis on the entire story as you opened up. One, is Afghanistan under any government today? The world says no. Pakistan says yes. The United States did not recognize, the Russians did not recognize, the Chinese did not recognize, the Indians did not recognize the government of Taliban, nor Iran has recognized. The only country that has recognized the government in Afghanistan is Pakistan. Now, is this government an elected government of the people of Afghanistan? The answer is no. What made this government to take over Kabul? The answer is force of terror. Is this an inclusive government, which means are all the communities represented in the national government in Afghanistan? That includes the female folks, the women, the minorities, and all other segments of the society? The answer is no. This is by force taken over by one segment of the society and being recognized by Pakistan. What we saw that one of the former DGISI, General Faiz Hamid, was seen before the exit of the American troops and the fall of Kabul into the hands of Taliban. He was there at Serena Hotel in Kabul, which was a mark of interrogation for most international analysts as to who is in control in Kabul and how such an important functionary of the government has gone courageously to Kabul without any in-ground support. The policy vis-a-vis Afghanistan, the diplomacy and the diplomatic policy at international level, I think what the previous government wanted to create an impression by the statements of Dr. Moeed Yusuf, the National Security Advisor of Pakistan. He emphatically said that if this government is not recognized, then another 9/11 is in the offing. That was there, although he retreated from his statement, yet that was recorded by the foreign press and was played upon. Also, the Serena Hotel presence of the intelligence chief of Pakistan gave some messages. and the religious parties of Pakistan declared it as Fateh Mubin, the victory of the Islamic forces in chapters of history. At that time, I think we had a program, and I had made it a point that this is not Fateh Mubin. Had this been Fateh Mubin, there would have been peace in Afghanistan. There would have been elections in Afghanistan, like the selection of the Amir in Islamic State. It was not done. And there is no system that exists in Afghanistan. It's a law of rule of general. Now, coming to Pakistan, Pakistan has taken up this into their shoulders by poor diplomacy, poor leadership, and poor performance in materializing the situation in Afghanistan. Pakistan and Afghanistan are neighboring brothers, and it should have been a strong citadel of Pakistan in the region. But Pakistan failed to do that. India had lost during the process its grounds in Afghanistan. But what we see post Taliban, these losses are again built up in favor of India by creating hostility at the borders between Pakistan and Afghanistan. This is a very dangerous omen. And what we have to do is we have to devise a policy in Pakistan that should bring peace and global peace in the region. And Pakistan's influence should stay in Afghanistan the way
Thank
it
you very
was
much,
for
Dr. Saab. Thank you
years.
very much. I will come back to you with the next question, Major Hashim Saab. The the Dr. Saab, he narrated the full perspective, but we should also keep in mind there was a treaty between uh, United States of America and Taliban and signed, and Pakistan was one of the facilitator because the United States of America, they wanted to pull their troops in the friendly way. So what happened, that was designed, signed, and after that, uh, what happened, the Afghan public, they did not stand by their forces, armed forces. They stood by the Taliban. That's why they captured Taliban. Now they are in. So let's talk about the consequences of that kind of aggression on Pakistani-Afghan border. So what do you think? What will happen down the road? Who is adding fuel to fire, or who is behind these attacks, and who is behind this one to destroy regional peace, especially uh, territorial, creating a territorial issues? Major Hashim Saab, strategically, how you will respond?
Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk on the subject. Pakistan is one of those unlucky countries whose entire border is a war zone. Ever since I came to my senses, I am saying it is always on the war footing. The peacetime is hardly any. There we could respite and give and concentrate towards our progress. Pakistan Afghanistan border is a very lengthy border. It is in more than 2,000 kilometers, say 2,500 approximately. So managing such a lengthy border is very difficult. It requires a lot of resources. It requires a lot of manpower. It requires a lot of other facilities, logistics, infrastructure. You know, to keep the troops there and maintain them, it is very heavy on our economy. So what we did, we tried to cut those expenses down, and we built a fence there so that the free movement of the Afghanis or the terrorists, not the Afghanis, but basically the terrorists, that should be curtailed, or they should be contained within their own area. So they are, what they are doing, you have already explained. They try to establish their post inside the Pakistani territory, or sometimes they try to cut the border, to cut the fence, or create some other problems. Now you ask the question, ki who is doing it, or who is at the back of all these activities. Pakistan and Afghanistan, we had enjoyed very good relations, and we are not at bad relations even today. But that goodness which existed previously, that is not there. In the past, Afghanis used to come to Pakistan. They used to study here. We used to train their people. Pakistan was the second home to Afghanistan in a way. But now that situation is taken over by the India. Now you see Afghan officers, they go to India for training purpose, for education purpose. Now since India is having a strong financial condition as compared to Pakistan, they have built Salma Dam there. They built their parliament building, and likewise they are facilitating them in a better way. So the weight of friendship, Afghanistan and Pakistan, now it is shifted between Afghanistan and India. Now, India is not a friendly state to Pakistan ever since Pakistan came into existence. So, Indian sponsored activities, they are taking place in Afghanistan. They create problem in Pakistan, though they come from Afghanistan side, but primarily they are supported or financed, or military training which is given to the terrorist. It is all from Indian side, and they do not want that Pakistan should remain at peace. They want disturbance. They want all sort of disturbances in Pakistan. Now it is the responsibility of our government and Pakistan to maintain law and order, to maintain peace, and to create stability in the country. So for all this, we need a lot of money, which we do not have. So once we do not have, then ultimately, what best we can do, we are trying to maintain peace in the area. We want to, rather we Pakistan want to have peace. Pakistan do not want to go in war with any nation, or Pakistan is not interested to create any border issues or the war-like conditions, even with the Indians or with the Afghans or with any nation to which our borders are common. We want peace. We want stability. We want to progress. We want to look after our own people. We want to develop our own country. As a matter of policy, Pakistan is least interested to indulge in any sort of activity. But unfortunately, all the time an environment is created, a situation is created, or it is the bad luck of Pakistan that all the times it is deprived from peace, it is deprived from stability, it is deprived from financial, from those activities which gives financial strength. It is not necessary it should be from outside Pakistan. It is outside Pakistan as well as supported from inside Pakistan. So
Thank you very
Pakistan has.
much, Hashim Saab. You explained very well. Dr. Saab, coming to you, that would be the last question of this segment. Then we will go to uh, economical crisis in Pakistan. Let's talk about Durand Line. The British, after the arbitration in 1893, they set up this Durand Line. At that time, the Afghanistan did not accept it because these Afghanis, they are living on both sides. They have a relatives, kith and kin. So since the time they keep refusing, and they keep creating a chaos on our joint borders. So what should be the solution as the tension is keep growing? Dr. Saab, let's talk about this Durand Line issue. How Pakistan will solve this issue?
Mrs. Saab, there are two pertinent questions right here, and those have to be addressed. First, what is Dural line and what that line has been drawn by the Britishers? The answer is, where is the Durand line between Canada and America? Can we see the Durand line there? Is there any hostility between America and Canada? Is there any hostility between America and Mexico? These are the two countries which are facing America on the borders. They are very friendly. Most of the American corporations have their outsourcing in Mexico, and there is a free traveling between Canada and the United States. People on both sides of the border live. There are people who live on the Canadian border and walk for their jobs into the United States territory. In the evening, they return back to their homes. That's very normal here. The same thing, there are businesses on Mexico border where people go and buy their medicines cheaper in Mexico on the other side of the border, come back to the US after buying their medicines in Mexico. This is very normal. Why is it that Pakistan is facing a problem with a country that has so many commonalities in the region? Both sides of the borders, people speak Pashto. Both sides of the border, people have Islamic faith. Both sides of the border, people wear shalwar and qameez, the same traditions and culture. And both sides of the border, their relatives live, and they have, most of the time, they are half Afghanis and half Pakistanis. Yet we complain of Indian intrusion and Indian intervention. This is very normal. When you have a foe of a country, they would try to do everything to dismantle you. The Indian agency's job and the task is to create chaos and unrest in Pakistan. They are not there to create peace and hegemony in the region or homogeneous atmosphere in the region. They will like to bring a chaos there. What remedial action have we taken to counter those effects? Why are we the complainants in all cases? Why are we not here to resolve the issues that we see it coming into Pakistan? Don't we know that there will be Indian intrusion? Yes, we know it. Don't we know that we have supported Afghanistan for years after years? Yes. Don't we know that Afghanistan, even in foods and crops and things of daily commodities, they are dependent on Pakistan? Yes. Don't we know that there is a trade between Afghanistan and Pakistan, Afghanis and Pakistanis on the borders of Afghanistan and Pakistan? Yes. With so many commonalities, what is the missing point in our political diplomacy that we are not able to address the problem? The problem is not the army. The problem is not the air force. The problem is not the military of Pakistan. This issue concerns the foreign policy and diplomacy of Pakistan. Where is Pakistan's diplomacy? Why has Pakistan's diplomacy failed with such a friendly neighbor who has everything in common with you, and you still could not bring peace in the region, and you call them as hostile against your forces? There has to be something wrong with our policy, not the policy of the military, not the policy of the world, and not the intrusion of India. Indian intrusion will exist and keep on existing. Why would India not try their best? But why under the odds, when there is a different faith in India, predominantly Hindu faith, and they are being mixed up in creating an atmosphere together with the Afghanis? How is this happening? What is wrong? Why are we not trying to address the problem in a diplomatic way? And why we gave the international powers to understand that we were responsible for everything in Afghanistan by bringing our chief of the spy agency at a time when he was not needed to be brought there and published in the newspapers in the world? Why Pakistan's national security advisor threatened of a 9/11 attack? What was wrong? We are giving a wrong message, a message that should not have gone that way. And that message has penetrated in the world as Pakistan responsible for so many things. India has reasons to say that. When Pakistan's prime minister comes into forum in the International Congress and says that Pakistan was responsible for this terrorist activities in Kashmir, which was absolutely rubbish. What type of portrayal we are doing for Pakistan? Are we trying to help Pakistan? Are we trying to build the image of Pakistan? Are we trying to play a right diplomacy at international forum? No. We have to stop doing such things. And this is our failure, not the failure of the foes of Pakistan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. Definitely, it is a militarized zone, and there is a military policy. There is a less influence of our foreign policy. You are right. So, as we have a new establishment chief, and we have a new federal government, and down the road, Pakistan should
Let me add one thing
set up.
here. that Major Hashim Ali Siddiqui is not feeling well, and
Yeah.
he has reminded us that he may leave at any
Yes,
time. It's not
yes,
good.
he's allowed.
So our audience should know that he was not feeling well. That's why he left. Thank
Yes, Dr. Saab, let's go to our next segment. In Pakistan right now, there is an environment that Pakistan is at the verge of collapse financially, and the federal government came up with the premier and our finance minister and the information minister, and they had a very big press briefing and loudly said a false narrative is the one of the political party uh, chief. He is falsely marketing this narrative against Pakistan's financial situation. And at the same time, the Imran Khan, he came up and he had a digital uh, briefing with his other lieutenants, and he said that the government of Pakistan, even the premier, they are presenting a bogus facts. Pakistan is going to collapse. But at the same time, one of the dangerous thing came up from PTI leadership, and they are loudly talking about if Pakistan got defaulted and collapsed, then what Pakistan has to offer to those who they will bring Pakistan out of this situation. And definitely, the that is our nuclear asset. I think at this stage, one of the leading politician, he is talking quite nonsense. Even Pakistan is not at that stage. So how you define all this situation? Whether these facts are bogus or it's just political nonsense that caused a financial crisis.
Farooq Mirza Saab, let me make it very clear for your audience that I'm neither a supporter of the PTI nor a supporter of the PTM or any of the parties of the PTM. I am a supporter of Pakistan. I do not believe in disinformation. I believe in right information to be promoted to the people of Pakistan, and using your media channel also. I would only speak the truth, but the truth. There's no way that anything that lie will come here, and there is no way that I will accept any disinformation to
Lord
this
Saab,
world.
go ahead.
Now,
Yes.
what is narrative when you call of narrative? Let me define narrative. Narrative means that you are giving a story just to portray something. We are not talking of narrative here. Now, the second thing is what are facts? What are realities? What is the factual position on the ground? We will only talk on realities, not on narratives. And all of my statements, including all of my posts in the social media, has complete reference to each and every issue. Nothing has been presented before the audience without any supportive evidence. What I'm going to talk now will be fully supported by evidence, not narratives. One thing, let me ask you why Pakistan is going into economic doldrums. Why there is a question of Pakistan's collapse economically? There has to be some reason to it. When there are 7 to 10 ships on the docks of Karachi harbor and they are not getting offloaded because the LC is not matured or realized to foreign banks, what is that? Is that economic collapse or economic strength? The dollar came sliding from $100 to a rupee in 3 years to 250 in the open market today. Is that economic strength or economic weakness? Is that narrative or is that reality? Now, Karachi University teachers are not getting their salaries. 45,000 students could not go to their classrooms for the last 10 days. Is this economic stability or is this narrative? Now, the Radio Pakistan, they are not getting money. They are going to go bankrupt. Is this economic stability or is this a narrative? Now, also, take example of any big institutions. What is happening in Pakistan? The Gwadar port was sold for 44 years to China at a price of 91% proceeds of Gwadar to go to China. May I ask the policymakers, those who are making the economic policy of Pakistan, those who promoted Gwadar port as one of the pioneer institutions to lead Pakistan economically in the region. One single question. China is spending money in Gwadar with compound interest, and they will take the revenue out of Gwadar, 91% of the revenue. That's documented. It's not narrative. America is spending money in China, American corporations. 40% of corporations in China are owned by America. 40% of the investment American corporations are there in China. Do the American corporations are allowed to take 91% of proceeds from there and leave 9% for China because they spend their money there? No. Why? Pakistan is treated like an orphan when 95% of the proceeds of Gwadar will go to China. Why this is not happening with the American corporations in China? Why China is not providing these opportunities for people spending money in China? 91% of proceeds for people spending money in China should come out to the countries where the investors are coming from. This is not happening in China. So why two standards, double standards are met, are invoked by the Communist Party of China? We want to know that. Where was the wisdom of the Pakistani economic experts when an agreement was signed giving 91% of the proceeds of Gwadar port to China? Their wisdom did exist. The problem was that there was no transparency in the deal. The deal was not made transparent. Why Pakistan has gone into the doldrums, economic doldrums? This is the reason I'm telling you. Pakistan's reason is CPEC. CPEC has damaged Pakistan's economy, has killed Pakistan's economy. Before CPEC, Pakistan was not into economic problem. In 2006, in the era of Musharraf, Pakistan's net debt, foreign debt, was $38 billion. I again repeat, $38 billion. After the introduction of CPEC, Pakistan's net debt today is $120 billion. This is an increase in the past 16 years as opposed to the past 60 years. In 60 years, Pakistan had a debt of $38 billion. In the past 16 years, it jumped into $120 billion. This is a serious question mark as to why. What happened with CPEC? What happened with imports? Why Pakistani products were not sellable? Why Pakistani businesses could not make money? This is a very serious thing. Pakistan is getting proceeds from overseas Pakistanis. Pakistani diaspora living overseas are sending $30 billion, and Pakistan's net budget is $45 billion. The gap is $15 billion. With this gap of $15 billion, Pakistan has accumulated a foreign debt of over $100 billion in 16 years. What was wrong? Where were Pakistani productions? Where was Pakistani factories? Do you know? Pakistani factories are not operating properly today.
Dr.
Do you
Saab,
know insulin, which is a life-saving drug?
Dr. Saab, these you are talking about the economical corridor that the China brought a lot of investment in Pakistan, and due to this CPEC project, you know, the our rural and the remote areas, they came to underdevelopment, and now they are connected to our urban and rural society. It's not grown up. So there is a lot of there would be a lot of prosperity down the road, building roads and infrastructure, bridges. So,
Mr. Farooq Mirza
but
Sahab,
that
we have
was
been
that.
listening to this story for the
Let
past
me
16
let me
years,
let
and we
let
have
me
not
let,
seen
let,
the common man. I don't know if you have a family in Pakistan who are getting the opportunities of business after CPAC. I do not know if you have your siblings there who are getting better education and better lifestyle after CPAC. I do not know if what you are saying is there is no rationing of gas and electricity in Pakistan. I
but
don't
the
know these things
project
what
is
you're telling me, because
when the
these things are something alien to people in Pakistan. What you
Doctor
tell me is
Saab,
not
there,
reality.
the Doctor Saab, the project is almost going to finalized,
That is 16 years we
and
have been
down the
listening
road,
that
one minute,
the project is
Doctor
going to be
Saab, down the
finalized,
road it will
and in
that
16
would
years,
be
instead of finalizing this thing, the loan from $46 billion with compound interest has gone to $90 billion.
Doctor Saab,
What
but
fraud
at the same,
is going
but
on? This is
Doctor
a
Saab,
total fraud and disinformation to the
Doctor Saab,
people of
please
Pakistan.
listen,
I
please listen,
challenge it that there is no documentary evidence as to anyone who has got jobs because of CPAC, who
Doctor
has
Saab, let
got
me
businesses
complete,
flourishing
Doctor Saab,
because
let
of
me
CPAC,
let
who has got electricity in the villages because of CPAC, who are getting pure water in Gwadar itself by the fishermen. They have
Doctor
lost
Saab,
their jobs. When you're talking to me, the people in Gwadar and the fishermen in Gwadar will be laughing at you
Doctor
that
Saab, let me, Doctor Saab, let
their
me,
bread and butter is being lost. Thousands
Doctor,
and thousands of women are coming on the streets to demand as to what Chinese have done to their place.
Doctor Saab,
And
these
you are
are
saying something which is
the
not a reality. This
Doctor
is a
Saab,
narrative.
Doctor Saab, let me complete. This is not a small project. It is almost running through Punjab, KPK,
Come on,
Balochistan, and the
this
Sindh.
project, Farooq Mirza Sahab,
Doctor Saab,
Pakistan's annual budget is $45 billion for your audience, and the annual budget of Walmart, one of the retail store chains of America, the Walmart's annual budget is
Doctor Saab,
$579 billion,
so,
16
Doctor
times,
Saab, we cannot.
12 times more than Pakistan. The CEO of Walmart retail chain is 12 times the value of Pakistan's prime minister.
Doctor Saab,
12 Pakistan's prime minister are equal to one Walmart CEO. What are you talking about? These
Doctor
projects
Saab,
are
listen.
nothing
Doctor Saab,
at
let
world
me.
stage. 90
Doctor
billion
Saab,
to $46 billion for 16 years with no results. What project is that?
Doctor Saab, let me respond to you what you are saying that Doctor Saab, the capital economy and the corporate business in the United States of America is quietly different. It is all debt. It is all on credit.
I'm not talking of
So
debt.
no,
I'm
no.
talking of budget.
Let
I'm
me.
talking of budget only. Don't
No, no.
play
I
with words.
understand.
There
I
is no
understand.
debt involved here. It's
I
the budget of the Walmart means paying rent, means paying drivers, means paying their employees, means paying their operational costs. That is budget.
Doctor
I'm
Saab,
not talking about
let's
their
talk to.
assets. I'm not talking about
Me,
their
Doctor
debts.
Saab,
I'm not
let me
talking about their
complete.
banks. The entire operation is $579
Doctor Saab,
billion and Pakistan's total
Doctor
economy
Saab,
and budget is
let me
$45
complete.
billion.
Let me
And
complete my.
CPAC
Let
is
me.
a big thing. CPAC is nothing.
Doctor Saab, let me respond to you.
India is giving trade to China $78 billion per annum, which is more than CPAC just.
Doctor Saab, let me respond to you, Doctor Saab. Please let me respond to you. Please let me respond to you. CPAC would be a game changer in the region.
No,
Doctor Saab,
these
you
are
know that.
words. These are narratives. I want to
No,
know
no, no. This is
what
not the.
CPAC has given in
There is no
16 years.
narrative.
Only the pictures
There is no narrative.
on the social media by train coming
It
in.
will.
See,
It will broad.
these items are
It
going
will.
in. This is a flourishing economy. This is all nonsense.
Doctor Saab,
I
you are
have
not
lost
listening.
my
Please
$250,000 in
let
CPAC.
me complete
Everyone who
my.
has invested money
Let
there
me
in
complete.
Gwadar has lost their money, including the inhabitants of Gwadar who have lost their fishermen's profession there.
Doctor Saab,
They are not
let
catch
me.
fish.
Doctor Saab, these are the regional issues. You know that this is not a
No, these
small
are the
project.
real issues. What you are saying is just a narrative that
That
looks
will
good
be
on a
that.
novel paper, on a
But
book.
this is not the issue that Pakistan is going to going to dogs or hanging with thread
So it
due
is
to
it
this
is an
very
issue.
issue.
Pakistan, my
CPAC is
country,
not the one of the reasons,
my
Dr. Saab.
ancestral land, where my fathers and mother gave their life and gave their sacrifices to build up the country, has been lost because of CPAC. I have a responsibility to question this.
Dr. Saab, you will see that would be a game changer.
That is a
That will
dream
bring
that
a
I
lot
will
of
see this
prosperity.
10 years after
Right
new
now,
generation will come in, the place will flourish, it will become part of China, and it will be part of Beijing, because they will take over Gwadar, because there will be much loans multiplied that will build up to $300 billion until 2027, and then Chinese firms will come there and people will get Chinese
Dr.
passports.
Saab, the Pakistan has its own strategic decision. They have
No,
their own.
I want to see
they
the transparent deal, what the deal was done. I have a right as a citizen of Pakistan to question this. And
Okay,
Pakistan
you do it,
parliament
but
and all those sitting in the parliament, including the Maulvis, they have to respond. They have to say, where is the money gone? Receipted, dikhao.
Dr.
Show us the receipts. Where
Dr.
the
Saab,
money
you
was
have a
spent.
you
In
have
the
you
pizza
have a right
stores in the
to
United
you
States,
you
overseas in the United States. I want to ask you one question. Why these idiots settle in the Western world? They make money with China. They talk of China and their children and all of them, including politicians, including people in the uniform, including judges, they're all settled in the United States and Western world. What is missing in Pakistan? What's wrong with Pakistan? If Pakistan's future is so bright that what you say to me is if that is bright, why people want to migrate from Pakistan? Do you know the recent not narrative, reality? 750,000 educated youth left Pakistan in 2022, which was 3 times more than 2021.
now let me
Why?
respond to
If
you.
Pakistan is
Dr. Saab,
flourishing, if CPAC has a future,
Dr. Saab,
if
you are
CPAC
not
has so many things,
Dr. Saab, you are
what is
not listening. You are not
where
listening to
is
keep
where
talking.
is the
Let me
scale to test all of this?
let me respond to
There is no narrative. Give me the facts.
Dr. Saab, we are not here to malign Pakistan or just to.
What do you mean Pakistan Marai?
No.
What do you
Listen,
mean? This is patriotism. This disinformation is against Pakistan. Disinformation is against Pakistan's interest.
No. Let me respond to you.
Don't give disinformation to the public.
No. There is no disinformation.
Yes, this is disinformation in support of the government for
Dr.
those who are
Saab, there is
protecting the
a-
interest of CPAC for vested interest. Do
Since
not
the-
play into their hands. Ask
since
them to give the receipt or the call. Show us the.
Dr. Saab, let me respond to you. You are not. You are letting let me talk. Please just keep quiet, sir. Dr. Saab, listen. Since the time this CPAC project started, there is a lot of voices. They are against this project.
This
But
is not narrative. We want to know the
no.
reality.
Let me respond to you.
This is just
But
a statement
but right
of
now,
the people bringing narrative in support of the government, in support of those hiding behind the walls, making corruption. We do not entertain
Dr.
corruption.
Saab, now let me respond to you. Let me respond to you. You cannot do anything about it. It is almost about to finish. And I myself saw. I was in Pakistan.
No, I had
There is
invested I had invested in Gwadar. I have a better statement, much bigger statement than you. As an investor in
you are not letting me
You
talk.
can say that I
move
went
to
there and I saw the trains and there were so many
Let
things.
me let's move to the next segment. Let's move to the. We have a very limited time. You are not letting me talk. Dr. Saab, you cannot do anything about it right now. There is a network of road infrastructure, bridges, and as I said, the
In the
the
dream world.
the lives the lives of the people change. The agriculture, it has an immediate effect on the lives of the agriculture. The people, they are living in villages.
May I know the
They
name
are
of
all
the village?
they are
May
all
I know the
they
name
are
of the
through
village? Their lifestyle has changed because of
through
CPAC.
these are
Name
there is
one
a
village.
yeah, they have a
This
definite
is just a
they have
narrative
a
of those who are
let me talk, Dr.
defending
Saab.
the
Dr.
corrupt
Let me
people of
talk, please.
Pakistan through disinformation.
Let me talk. I gave you opportunity to talk. Let me talk, sir. So the average life of a villager, it is almost changed. They have a direct access and speedy access to the markets. They are all connected to the cities, and the modern life.
Let me
So
complete
they
it.
now let
The
me finish,
CPAC
Doctor.
has given
Let me
provided
finish,
jobs
Doctor.
to the people of Gwadar, and those people who are bringing protest
Sir,
rallies in Gwadar
it
are
brought a lot
idiots,
of
are stupids,
it's a
according
lot
to what you are
it
saying.
brought a lot
What
of
you are trying to
opportunity,
portray
job
the image of
opportunity.
CPAC,
They built the
I would
infrastructure
like
in
to see
Pakistan.
such Pakistani
Yeah.
Americans to go and stay there in Gwadar if this is that much progressing. There is no
Dr.
such.
Saab, this CPAC project is a game changer. I'm telling you right
This
now.
is just a word. These
Down
adjectives can be used,
the
but
road.
these are just
This
promotional
is a
words
gold
which
mine,
have
Dr.
no
Saab. You cannot do
significance at
anything
all.
about it. So let's move to the last segment. Uh, the one of the political party, Imran Khan, he is in dilemma, in state of stupefaction, chaos, entanglement. He is not deciding. He just announced that he will quit from the assemblies, from the KPK, from Punjab, and immediately. But he didn't decide anything, what date, what time. But he keep talking. But at the same time, the federal government is determined. The election commission, they also uh, issued a rates and the burden of economical burden on this new election if something happen. What are you expecting? The economical situation is directly linked to political stability. The political this condition in Pakistan is going worse now. We have a hope that uh, one of the leader, he is living on exile. Mia Nawaz Sharif is also coming to Pakistan. We heard that. So, what would be the scenario down the road from 2 3 week or maybe couple of days when he will come to Islamabad, and uh, he will start dealing with the court matter at the same time. There would be a change in the politics. Do you think when the all players they will be in the political system, and do you expect the uh, our economy and political stability at the same time? Can we hope for the democratic Pakistan again?
A very good question. Let me tell you that the economic conditions of Pakistan cannot be restored under given circumstances. That does not mean that there is no hope. Hopelessness is not something that should be promoted. There is hope to save Pakistan, and the way Pakistan can be saved is by bringing the looted wealth of Pakistan from the outside world. And a lot of Pakistani fellows and our countrymen question this as to how looted wealth taken out to the West can be brought back to Pakistan. The United States laws, which is 18 USC, for the lawyers who are sitting right in front of us and listening to this conversation, they may jot down 18 USC 1956 9(1) is a clause that deals with money laundering, embezzlement of funds domestically within the United States. Then law USC 18 1956 9 bracket 2 deals with money laundering internationally, which means money coming into the United States from foreign countries through embezzlement or through money laundering. The embezzlement, there is a difference between embezzlement and money laundering. Money laundering is basically unlawful money that comes into the country. And embezzlement is a lawful, but is laundered through unlawful means. Uh, in this case, in embezzlement, this is called crime or fraud under Article 18 USC 64 of the US Constitution. The penalty is 10 years of jail term.
Dr. Saab, this is a penalty in United States of America. We are talking about a loot and
No, I'm
this
coming. I am
deception
coming. You are
in Pakistan.
you're getting little impatient. The money is in the Western world, and the law that is to be invoked is US law. It is not Pakistani law that can be invoked on money sitting in US banks or money sitting in US territories. That's why I'm referring this to the lawyers sitting in front of us. There is a law in the United States where money can be extradited. And there is a law where these people can be punished because who was the last Chief Justice of Pakistan? Where is he? Where has he taken the residence? The United States. Why not to check him? Why not to check Saqib Nisar, the previous one? Where is he? Sitting in Britain. Why not to invoke this law? Where are so many people in uniform who retired and came to the US? Why not to check them under these laws? That's the reason I'm saying that Pakistan's Attorney General has to move, invoke these laws in the courts of the United States, and bring the capital back into Pakistan. I'm giving you a solution.
Dr. Saab, I have a very straight question to you.
I'm not finished up. Just 1 minute. If they do not do anything, we, as patriots of Pakistan, as saviors of Pakistan, that includes you, that includes all the people in Pakistani diaspora, we will protect the interest of Pakistan. We will bring an attorney to the federal court and challenge these individuals on USC 1864. That is the reason I was explaining the law. We will save Pakistan. We will not let these corrupt people make money in Gwadar and give us bullshit. We will not let these people make corrupt money and tell us not to show transparency, not to show the receipts of the expenditure.
Dr. Saab, now take one question, please. As you mentioned, a lot of US legal laws and clauses. The American money looted by the Abraj group. His case is in Britain. He's on an extradite list. And the American money found in PTI, this money laundering case in election commission, and they're almost $3 million.
Yes.
So this is American money. What America did to bring this money back, even they did not demand so far. And you are talking about
No. You have told me a judgment. You have asked a question.
No.
Are you trying to give me a judgment?
No, I did not. I did not finish my question.
No, I have to answer.
Let me finish my question.
This is disinformation. This is disinformation. Let me tell you. No, you are trying to make America the bad guy. No.
No.
I will correct you. No, listen to me.
No.
Listen to
I'm
me.
asking you.
The United States Treasury. I tell you one thing. Law. All foreign matters of foreign embezzlement and foreign money laundering is dealt under US laws by the Department of Treasury. And also I tell you, and this is called TFI, Terrorism Financial Intelligence, TFI. TFI is an institution that deals on behalf of the Treasury Department of the United States to deal with issues like Arif Naqvi. The case is there. Arif Naqvi was extradited to the US on the request of the US and the Department of Treasury. And he has made confessional statements. I am not authorized to give you the secret classified information.
Okay, just leave it.
I have the classified information as to what confessions he has made.
Leave it. It's okay. It's classified.
Yes, TFI is dealing with it. This is very much in consonance to US laws. Don't give a disinformation on this.
Okay, we are not.
Unless you study the entire thing, then come up to the answer.
That's my question was that the money is sitting in Pakistan in PTI account right now.
No, the money has been frozen by the United States and it is with the US now.
No. This money right now, that was detected by the Election Commission of Pakistan. it is right now sitting in the PTI account in
That's
Pakistan.
that's another part of it. That's
Okay, so
no.
anyhow, just leave this one. We were talking about this the loot and deception, and they took this money on the foreign countries. You cannot do anything about it. This money will never come back. So they tried the governments, the FIA, all these
That's a judgment.
detectives.
That's a judgment. We are
Yeah,
not
this.
here to make to give you
Yeah, you know
the option to make judgment
to
on
to
me. No,
to.
this is
No, no,
not
no.
going to happen. The
I'm
United
asking
States
you.
Treasury has taken a stern action, and there will be results coming up. That will be a great embarrassment for the institutions of Pakistan when these things
the
come up. You are
the
giving the
NAB
judgment before time.
in
This case has
Pakistan.
not been closed down as yet. He is
Pakistan.
still
Dr. Saab,
under bar behind bars, and he has to face law.
Dr. Saab, the Zardari group, Nawaz group, and the Imran Khan, he was blaming at everybody. And after that, you know that in during these 4 years, he tried his level best. He used NAB and his all financial assistant, the
The British
FIA.
police, the British
Even
criminal department, the
they
London
could
police
not
took
they
away
could not
money
they
from Malik Riaz, and
yeah.
they put a permanent bar on his entry to the UK and Pakistan. What Pakistan's law enforcement did with that, with the money that was taken out by the British courts and British law enforcement agency given back to Pakistan, was given back to him. This is
But
what
anyhow, Dr. Saab, we have a
we are
very limited
ashamed of
time.
Pakistan's performance. We are ashamed in Malik Riaz's case. We are trying to give disinformation to the people of Pakistan that the bad guy is America, the bad guy is Britain. No, come on, the
No,
bad
no, no,
guy
no,
is
no. I'm not.
ourselves.
We are not.
We
You
are
are
the
not.
one
Dr. Saab, you
who
are
are
not
damaging
listening.
Pakistan's economy.
Dr. Saab,
Nobody is
you are not.
responsible for this
You
thing,
are not
for our
listening.
damages done to Pakistan.
Dr. Saab, you are not listening. Okay, you are little excited. We are not talking about the bad guys, America, or bad guys, Britain. I'm
No,
just
you
talking
are trying
about.
to put a blame on America. Why?
No, 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 no,
That's
no, no, no,
Pakistan's
no, no.
money.
Dr. Saab, no,
It's
no. You are
Pakistan's
not
law
listening.
enforcement agency's
You are not.
responsibility to
You are
protect the
not
interests of
listening.
Pakistan, not
Dr. Saab,
America.
you are not listening. You are not listening to me. I'm talking about the money was looted from the Pakistani public, from the banks, embezzlement. They took it in the foreign banks.
So why did it cross
Listen,
the
listen,
borders to
Dar Sahab,
Pakistan? How
Dar
did it
Sahab,
cross the
Dar
borders to
Sahab.
Pakistan?
The government of Pakistan, they try to chase it. It's very difficult task.
No, no, no.
Maybe they will.
In the no, you are giving a disinformation. The last finance minister of Pakistan, what is his name? Miftah Ismail. 15 bags were taken out of Pakistan by an Indian airlines that
That's
landed
why
at
I'm
Karachi
talking
airport.
about Dar Sahab. That's what I'm
And
talking
where
about.
was the Pakistani law enforcement agency? Why did the Director General ASF say that he did not scan the suitcases? That was on the part of Pakistan's intelligence agencies and Pakistan's law enforcement agencies that failed to identify money laundering.
Yeah, but anyhow, Dar Sahab,
So this
times
is
up.
not the responsibility of British or Dubai. It's the responsibility of the Pakistan's law enforcement agencies.
Dr. Saab, time's up. Folks, thank you very much for your time. One of our colleague, he got sick, and we are praying for his recovery. Dr. Saab, thank you very much for your time. Folks, we talk about a lot of things, especially we analyze growing tension on a Pakistan-Afghan border, and hopefully on a diplomatic level, things will get better. And we also heard that there was an apology and Pakistan accepted it. But anyway, another force is adding fuel to fire, trying to sabotage a regional peace. And they should understand the enemy countries. If there is no peace in the country, there would be no peace in their country. The regional uh, security and integrity is very important for all of us, all the regional countries. So I think this nonsense should be ended. The secondly, we also reviewed uh, what happened to the Pakistan's economy. Our prime minister and the finance minister, he said there is a false narrative. The people they are marketing, and they denied. They said we are very stable, and we have some issues, and we have an economical crisis, but we are trying to settle all these liabilities and account. Hopefully, Pakistan will survive. But at the same time, there are a lot of rumors in the market, and a lot of nonsense in the market. but we pray for the best because the stable Pakistan, economical stable Pakistan is very important and is in the best interest of the rest of the world. So the last we talk about the embezzlement and the money loot, and that also caused a lot of damage to Pakistan economy. And the doctor Saab, he said that the CPAC project, there was a lot of mishaps and mishandling and a lot of corruption and loot. And that also caused a lot of damage to Pakistan economy down the road. Hopefully, this project will bring a lot of prosperity that we heard, and that was the all design that the future Pakistan would be stable and our road infrastructures and our bridges and the rural life would be connected to the modern urban life. So we hope that the stable Pakistan, we will see Pakistan growing. So hope, folks, thank you very much. Uh, we will come back with a new topic. Dr. Saab, thank you very much. Very heated arguments and based on the facts. And you said very well, and definitely you are a voice of Pakistan diaspora. Me too. And if is there any uh, the people they think on a different way, they have a right to come to our show and they can send their comments. This is an independent forum, and this is a Pakistan diaspora's voice. So thank you very much, Dr. Saab. So Pakistan Zindabad.